Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video. Folks, in this video I'm going to show you how to tame a Maewing early on. Yes, there are plenty of videos out there showing you how to do this, but not very many show you how to do it early on without the use of a net and a harpoon. And so this is what this video is about. We're going to show you how to do it with a low-tech method and build a trap, and we can lure the Maewing into the trap. So for this we will need the wooden billboards which are right here, and so we will craft ourselves a trap out of this. We'll get basically the Maewing stuck into it, and of course we're also going to need the rare flowers to attract the Maewing into it. And in terms of food, it prefers the basic kibble, so that is its preferred food. So now let's talk about taming a Maewing, because of course we're going to be using the rare flower, which can be a bit dangerous. Before we get into it though, I want to show you why I went for the wooden billboard. You can learn this at level 19. It is not expensive to craft, and it is quite effective in trapping a Maewing. So the idea is you want to create a V-like structure. So we're going to put it like this. We'll put another one right here, like so. We want to try and get it as narrow as possible, the V shape of it. Now it's quite important, because if you're not building on a straight piece of ground, you don't want to build it on an inclined ground. So basically you want the tip of the V to either be facing downwards or upwards. Yeah, so quite important. You don't want to be building it on a slope with the V basically sideways. The idea is we're going to kite the Maewing into the trap, run through this, and of course we're going to kite it with the use of a rare flower, which will aggro the Maewing and just about everything else. So do make sure that the area is clear before we even start doing this. So let's find ourselves a Maewing. Yeah, we are with a Maewing right there. I have my billboard ready to go. I've eaten a flower. I'm going to run through this. As you can see, they are pretty darn quick. Now we just wait for the Maewing to de-aggro. We'll know it does that because it will squat to the ground and it will perform a jump, but it can't do that because it got its head stuck underneath the billboard. So this is how this trap works. It's really low tech, and we're going to try and place this final billboard right here. You want to be fairly quick. I mean, as you can see, you do have a decent amount of time, but it's only a matter of time before it does do a 180, start facing you and then fly away. But now that we have it trapped in this triangle like trap with the billboards, it's kind of stuck there, so we can now start knocking it out. There is this little gap here, which is something that I'm worried about, so I'm going to start knocking it out from this angle, because its natural instinct will be to want to run away from me. So I don't really want it facing this way when it does start wanting to run off, or fly off, better said. Now I am using a long neck rifle. It is an ascendant long neck rifle, so 2 shots of this bad boy knocks it out. And from this point forward, it's just your standard tame. You take the kibble and pop it into its inventory. Simple as simple can be. Of course, you can do this with a crossbow and the trank arrows as well. It may take a few more shots if you don't have a better quality one. Okay, so I'm just having a look here to see what we have. I can show you the harpoon gun with the nets as well. It does work just as good, but the problem is the harpoon gun is something that I believe you learn at level 53 and the nets at level 54 or something of the sorts. I will double check that. This guy's taming, and we have now hit another Maewing. 1 shot, 2 shots. I want to be close to it because there is a bit of a, well, there isn't really an animation for when it goes down, so you want to make sure you don't hit it whilst it's been knocked out, because you will lose taming effectiveness. Now let me show you the requirement for the harpoon gun, because this is quite important. This is why I wanted to make this video. There we go. I was right. 43 for the harpoon gun, harpoon launcher, whatever. I definitely didn't get that one right. And the net projectile is 43. I did remember those numbers quite well. Of course, this is also a creature that will require a saddle to ride it. So let's talk about what you need in terms of crafting a saddle for this particular creature. So we'll type this in here, and you need to be level 19, and the resource requirement for this particular creature isn't that bad. It should be quite easy to craft, and you can craft it in a smithy.
Our missing crew.
There we go. We have a very first Maewing tamed up. Of course, when you do tame one up, you also get a little explorer note for the Maewing. Definitely a creature worth having. Doesn't have a lot of HP, but does have good carry weight. So I'm going to show you some of the abilities this creature has. So left click is a bite. If you do a right click, it does this belly flop, which is an AoE attack, so that's pretty cool. Of course, you can also glide with it, and as with any glider, you can dive bomb. But this right here is pretty cool. I don't think it does that much damage, but still very nice because it does have a knockback. So in terms of gliding, you press and hold space, and then you jump. Once you're up at the height that you want to be, you then press shift. It opens up its flaps and you glide, and you can glide quite straight, to be fairly honest. You can also gain some speed, or if you go upwards, you do get a bit of a draft that will slow you down. Of course, you can also use the flaps on the glider as a parachute. There's a high level one right there, which is kind of cool. So let me show you another ability this has. Of course, the saddle has 4 slots where you can carry 4 babies, but you can also activate the feeding mode, which is for baby. So right there, the little nipples on the side will start squirting, I'm guessing, milk, and it will automatically feed your baby dino. So this is going to be quite useful for breeding. I do find that a bit disturbing, if I'm honest. Now, I'm going to show you the belly flop because just so cool. I really like it. As you can see, it does do a knockback. Now, I haven't tested it on bigger creatures, and you don't really want to be fighting bigger creatures with this because it does not have a lot of health. Another cool thing that this thing does, apart from gliding, which I'm going to show you right now, is it can do a dive bomb. So we'll do that right here. Boom. Of course, when you do hit the ground, it will do an AoE damage. And I'm going to show you another cool thing whilst I'm here. So that is the parachute mode, which kind of slows it down. But it is a fast swimmer. And even better than that, if you do find yourself in water, you can get yourself out of it pretty quick. So you hold down space, you then jump up, shift to open up your flaps, and you are away. The only thing is, of course, with this particular creature is it just likes to go downwards in terms of flight. But you can find ways to get back up. There are little teleporters around the area. So this is what this creature looks like as a close-up. It looks pretty darn cool. I think it is one of the cutest creatures here on site. It has something about it that makes it so cute. So definitely like it, and it is really useful. I am a fan of breeding for mutations. It's something I love doing in the game, so definitely going to be worth its weight in gold. That is pretty much it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed and found it useful and informative. If you have, please don't forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And of course, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description. And until next time, stay safe, folks.